Hey guys, how's it going? Good evening. Uh, First, a question for you guys. Should I get, or should I look into getting set up to have, damn, I always do that. Uh, should I look into getting like that kind of setup where it's like two video feeds that you're seeing, where like you'll just see me, like my face up in like the top corner, and then like get a webcam that's like looking down at like what I'm doing. So I can't do these kind of live streams as often as I like, but I feel like if I had that all set up, I'd probably be more inspired to do it more often. Do you guys even like watching live streams? I think people probably listen to them more than anything, so it probably doesn't matter what's on the screen. But basically what I'm doing now, or what I'm just about to start doing, is pen aligning my MegaSize Zaku, and that's probably going to be pretty boring, but just because my computer, I'm still not ready completely to upload and edit and upload videos as normal. So I just wanted to put out some sort of content for you guys. So that's why I'm doing this live streaming at the moment. Also, maybe going to be joined here shortly, possibly by my friend who is also named Zach. Who has donated some stuff to some like giveaways and contests, and he's just a really cool guy. He's recently moved to Japan as a student, so I kind of wanted to chat with him and just about his experience there in living in Japan and stuff. So I invited him to come in and join the chat if he wants, just to kind of chat about that. So he may, I don't know, I sent him a message about that. But yeah. So the story with my computer is that the hard drive was fried. The SSD was basically done, and so I now have a new computer. And actually, the video looks. I don't know if you guys are seeing it more high def, but on my end, the video looks a lot better in terms of the video quality than it did on my last computer. What do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, I guess it probably depends on the internet connection. I'm actually seeing on YouTube that it's actually maybe lagging a bit. I don't know. But anyway, it looks like well clear. So I hope so. Hope it's better than my old one. I really don't think it matters all that much because, again, it's just like this kind of video. I feel like people probably listen just to listen to a lot more than they actually watch. While I just throw my paint bottle. But yeah. So yeah, it's probably going to be a couple more days yet. So I have my new computer and it's fine, but I just am waiting for the second hard drive from my previous computer to get sent to me. So basically, in my previous computer, I had it's a laptop, a MacBook Pro. It was a 2011 model, and I had the disk drive replaced with the second hard drive just for storage. So that hard drive is fine, which is good because that's one where I have all my stuff like for YouTube, like all my stuff like for my intros, outros, all my kind of design work and stuff. Everything else, new videos, I can just edit. But it'd be nice to have that kind of the preset stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm just waiting for that. That is going to be sent to me, I think, first thing tomorrow. So I should have that hopefully like on Wednesday, and be able to get back to uploading some videos for you guys. So yeah, I have a message. I have probably 4 or 5 videos that I've shot that are waiting to just, as soon as my computer's ready, I can edit those and upload those for you guys. Then I have a 3 or 4 think I actually have like 4 or 5 kits that I have snapped up that I've just snapped up in the meantime that I need to just then film the review for you guys. So a lot of reviews also lined up already. Someone there in the comment is commenting about my shirts. If you guys get the reference, then you should be pretty cool. My cousin actually gave this to me, so shout out to him. I'm sure he's not watching this, but shout out to him wherever he is. He's in Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah, someone said take some questions. Yeah, if you want to ask some questions, go for it. Please, if you are going to ask questions, put your questions in all caps. That way I can spot it better when I glance up at the chat there. I do have a lot of panel lining to do, so I kind of need to focus on doing this, but I do want to try to have a conversation with you guys, right? So I'm just mixing up the color I want for my panel lining. The Tamiya accent, I had them here. I just put them down into my desk, which is under my computer. I can't get to it now, but the panel lining accent colors are cool and very convenient. But for something like this, when it's a bigger project, when I'm putting a lot more time and effort into it, just plain black or just plain gray or just plain brown isn't exactly what I want. So I'll usually mix up a color. What I should do is I should just mix a full bottle of this, though I don't have to mix it every time. But I usually mix up a mix of gray, brown, and black. It's a little bit more of like a natural kind of oil, dirt kind of color. It's probably barely noticeable. But I think it's better than just plain black. I'm having a real tough time, though, after I dropped a bottle, and now I just dropped a huge drop of paint. As soon as I opened it, which is weird, a huge drop of black paint just shot out onto my thumb. So, yeah, okay, sorry. So yeah, I was gonna ask some questions. How do we submit for G-Check? We aren't taking submissions at the moment for G-Check. Josh and I, we're just about finished with all the submissions we took from the first round of doing that. So, I mean, originally we made the show that we wanted to just basically focus on looking at stuff on Modelers G. That was kind of the whole thing about it. Not like there's any sort of, like it specifically has to be, but that was just kind of what we wanted to do. It's been really cool, though, taking a look at like stuff from you guys, though. So I'm sure we'll do that, but I think we have a show coming up, not this weekend, but the next weekend after that is when the next episode of G-Check is going to be. So in that show, we'll finish up all the entries that I currently have now. Then we'll probably do a couple episodes of just kind of normal like we did before, just looking at G-Check. Just looking at Modelers G. And then after that, we will look into taking your guys' submissions again. So that would probably be August or September. Because last time we did it, yo, hey Zach. Hello. I can hear you, or I can hear your lack of talking. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Is there any
What's up,
feedback?
No, sounds fine.
Sweet.
Yo, what's up?
What up?
This is just so that everyone else knows, this is our first time actually like talking with our voices,
Yeah.
not through text.
Yeah,
But
it's really cool.
I already mentioned earlier that you might be popping in, and that's just in case anyone who missed that, because there's now up to more than 100 people watching. I guess people have been missing me on YouTube more than I expected. For those of you guys watching, Zach has been supporting my channel for a long time. He's been watching since what?
That's only been like maybe a year and a half, 2 years, maybe? Something like that.
And you've donated a few kits to giveaways and contests and stuff that I've held. So everyone should.
Looking to donate some more, you know.
Yeah, when the time's right. I've got 50Ks coming up, so
you'll have opportunity. Getting to it, baby. Getting to it.
Well, as soon as I can get back to it. Still waiting on that hard drive, but.
And now it's going to be so much easier to donate because I'm in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Just a few hours away. Cheap kits, beautiful kits.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you just started school today, right?
Yeah, today was my placement test, and then afterwards I went and got the high new Verka, as I
Yeah,
showed you earlier, as you saw.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, really excited. Did the placement test, and I was really happy about it. So good times.
So, I mean, I don't want to, talk about anything more personal than
No,
what you
dude,
want to talk about, but
I'm an open book, man. You can tell it all good.
uh,
Daijobu.
I was just, like I said, I mentioned before you got on that you're now in Japan as a student. So I just kind of wanted to talk with you about that because I also lived in Japan, and it's an interesting topic related, I suppose, to the hobby. So,
Absolutely, absolutely.
so what school are you going to?
I'm
Some
going
guy.
to. Well, that's in August. I will be going to Kansai Gaidai in Osaka, but now I'm in Tokyo. I go to a school called KCPI, KCP International. It's in Shinjuku, which is probably about an hour away from where my dorm are. So I have the stereotypical Japanese experience of getting pushed onto trains that are way too packed.
Uh,
It was exciting today. Today was the first time that happened. So I have a feeling it will probably become annoying after a while.
yeah, you're staying in Shinjuku too, or
No,
no?
I was in a hotel in Shinjuku, and now I'm in Nishi Tokyo-shi, so to the west of the center
Uh,
of Tokyo.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
kind of a suburb. It's really nice though.
Yeah, but going into Shinjuku on a weekday, I'm sure at the time in the morning, it's crazy.
It's horrible. It is horrible, but what are you gonna do?
They let's see, like how many students are in that class,
Uh, I think there's
or
probably
like
about
came
100
with
of
you,
us
or
today. Around
how many?
100.
100?
About 100.
It's not. I mean, I don't know what I would expect. I was actually when I was in university was planning to go to I don't know, not Osaka Gaidai, I think, but a different school in Osaka. I actually didn't even remember now, but I was gonna go because my school had a sister school there that they very, very rarely did exchanges with,
Mm-hmm.
just because you actually had to be able to speak Japanese. So more often
Oh
it was
yeah.
like someone from there coming to here, or from Japan going to America.
Oh,
I mean,
gotcha.
um, but yeah, and I was actually accepted, but then I ended up just not going because I just realized now I can't actually afford that. So
It happens. It happens.
it's pricey, but yeah.
Yes, a little bit.
So what do you think so far?
I, yeah, third culture
Oh,
here. And love with
Zach, hang on a second. Can you hear me? Okay.
yeah.
Your audio is really broken up there.
What about?
Huh? Does it do that?
Can you hear me now?
Uh, not
Uh,
really. Like, has it been doing that?
no, it's been good the whole time.
Oh, that's weird. Because I assume you've been like calling home and stuff, and it hasn't been a problem.
No, not at all.
Damn. I think it's probably here more than anything.
Maybe the video quality has kind of gone down a little bit. How about now? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's all right now. It's
Okay,
yeah.
fantastic. What was the last thing you heard clearly?
uh something.
You asked how I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, yeah. I think I didn't hear I think I didn't hear basically anything what you said after that. So
I was saying that I'm 30 now, so
Hmm.
I've been interested in Japanese culture for 20 years.
Okay, yeah.
Um, so I'm in love with it. It's amazing, and I'm really hoping it stays that way. I know there's the whole honeymoon phase and whatnot, and
How long are you going to be there though?
until June of next year.
So I think it'll probably be, I mean, usually from my experience and from what I know from other foreigners and stuff, that's usually about like between a year and 2 years that you get that. So you'll probably like just be starting to kind of get sick of it by the time you leave, which is pretty good timing probably.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Not
I'm
not
no
sick.
stranger. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say not sick of it. That's not the right word I should say, but just to where you're starting to get like those microaggressions and shit like that.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not really a stranger to leaving home, but the last
Yeah.
time I was away from home for a year, people were shooting at me.
Yeah.
So this is probably going to be a little bit better, I would think.
Mm. Yeah. For people who are watching, you are in the Marines, right?
Army,
I
close.
mean, okay.
Basically same thing.
Sorry.
It's all good.
That's sensitive.
Yeah, there's a little bit of animosity, but it's all good. It's all good.
Mm-mm. What did you do exactly?
I was a forward observer, a fire support specialist, which is just a real fancy way of saying that I blew shit up. I was
Mhm.
like an infantryman, but with big guns.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was a great time.
I guess fun may not be the word to describe that, I suppose.
No, no,
But
no, no, it absolutely was. There were some fantastic moments, there were some crap moments, but there were just beautiful moments. It's like any other job, You gotta love it. You gotta love what you do.
yeah, the first part of what you said was they're broken up pretty bad. What did you say before that?
I don't remember.
Sorry.
All good, man. All good.
It sounded
Is that
like
your
what's up?
is that your backlog, like behind
Uh,
you?
that's what you can see of it.
Woo! That's giving
There's
me a wrong family.
on this side, what you can sort of see there is all of
Oh yeah.
that's all the IBO and Origin kits are all there. So it's sort of
Wow.
organized.
Yeah,
So
sort of being the operative term here.
yeah, IBO Origins here, everything else there, and then the painting queue is another stack here next to the painting desk
Ooh,
of stuff
gotcha.
that's like projects that are in the lineup. So yeah,
Naruhodo na.
not not gonna be running out of stuff to do anytime soon. And I keep adding. I figured, black is usually like well strong, so you really don't need a lot of it. But I keep adding black to this, and it's just not getting as dark as I want it to. It's really. I'm spending like 30 minutes just trying to get the color how I want it to be. I have like a load of panel I need to do on this kit. Like,
Mm-hmm. This is still the MegaSize, right?
yeah, it's
Nice.
so low in the part count, but there's just so much kit there to work with. What's that?
I just said right.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
I do.
it takes a long time. I think like if this was something that I was not doing anything to, just painting it, that's it. It would be like a week project. Really wouldn't take that long at all. I mean, it's a lot to
But
paint,
now,
but what's that?
I said, but now.
But now it's been going on for a long time. It's basically just uh, like when you're I mentioned this on our episode last weekend or the weekend before of Gunpla Talk, that because it's like when you're trying to do decals without a decal guide, you spend most of the time just kind of staring at it and thinking like, okay, what do I want to put here, and then what's exactly the right decal for that point, and like that. So like I've been trying to do a lot of little modifications and stuff to this, so it's just a lot of time just thinking where I want to do stuff, and that just takes a while.
Absolutely. But I'm sure it's going to turn out looking great.
Yeah, I love it so far. Yeah, the friend that I'm going to be giving this to is actually living in Osaka, I think maybe I
Oh,
mentioned.
right. I forgot that you mentioned that you're gonna actually give this kid away. This is the friend that you mentioned before who owns a shop, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I think
Wonderful.
I recommended you to go to the shop, right? To his cafe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't forgotten.
So hopefully it'll be there by the time that you get there. Are you going to be going to Osaka like just for like a date weekend or something, like sometime before you actually move down there for school?
I was thinking about it because I have maybe a dozen friends who live in Osaka who studied at my university, which is University of Alabama.
Mm.
Feel free to make fun. I know Alabama, but they came and studied, and now they're back in Osaka. So really want to see them, like dying to see them. So I'll probably go down there. I think pretty soon we have a holiday coming up where we have like 5 days off or something ridiculous like that. So I'll either use that time to go to Hokkaido or go completely the opposite direction and go to Osaka.
I really want to go to Hokkaido. I haven't been there.
Yeah, I really want to see the, I guess, kind of like the tribal, culture,
Hmm.
whatnot. So
I like
yeah,
that like the ancient Japanese there,
yeah,
the original
absolutely.
Japanese.
And it's interesting because Hokkaido, I think, maybe within the last 150 years became part of Japan. Before it wasn't.
Mm.
So it's pretty cool, pretty interesting.
Or why don't you go like way south to Okinawa?
I really don't have an interest in Okinawa.
What? It's awesome. It's super nice.
I might go when it's like a little bit colder because I hear it's miserable right now. But I don't want to go to see a bunch of fellow Americans. They have the Marine base there.
Ah, that's true.
They're always getting in trouble and being dumb. So yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't I don't know if I've ever actually heard someone in the military say that. I mean, I've heard plenty of people say that, but I don't know if I've ever heard someone from the military say that.
Yeah, the Marines are our problem child. So yeah, and for any Marines that might possibly be watching, your entire branch eats crayons. So suck it.
Well, there you go. Just lost me 5 subscribers.
Nah, it'll be great. They understand. It's like a sibling rivalry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there was a large presence of Marines at Kokuichi Curry there when I was there, when I went there, which is because it was like right outside the base. So it was just like full of foreigners. It's like, what are all these foreigners here? All these like military guys. And I realized that we're like right across the street from a base.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but really, I mean, for the most part, most of the island there wasn't really. I mean, I didn't really notice most of the time.
I mean, I'm sure I'll end up making my way down there sometime. I'm here for an entire year, and that's not to say that I can experience everything that Japan has to offer, you
Yeah.
know,
Mm.
within that time limit. So I would love to get to it, but it's not the most pressing not issue. It's not what I want to do the most.
Mm. Other place though, I would really, really recommend. It's probably one of my favorite places. There is uh, Hiroshima. It's
Yeah, I definitely plan on doing that.
really
Making
beautiful.
that trip.
Um, there's Hiroshima, and then like right in the bay there is Miyajima Island.
Hmm.
Very cool, like the temple there. And then it's one of those places where there's just loads of wild deer,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
and they're just like all just around all over the place. Like uh, I'm trying to think of any other place in the States that would be similar. But you can imagine just like places where they have like lots of wild dogs or wild chickens or something like that, but there's just all these deer all over the place.
Mm, nice, very nice.
But it's really cool there. Uh, Also across from there in it would be the kind of northeast side. Just like if you went just like straight northeast up from was that Kobe, which is just around the corner from Osaka.
Hmm.
Up there is Totori, and it's like a big sand dune area which is like really weird to see,
Yeah.
like in the middle of Japan.
Yeah, that's crazy, but I want to see that.
So that was like that's probably one of the most unique places that I've been in Japan.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that place. So yeah, I'm excited to go.
You really wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, not at all.
But yeah, there's a lot to see. Like you said, in a year seems like a lot, but it's gonna really go by, and you're gonna not, I think, have as much time as you think to be able to see all of that you want to see.
Absolutely. I'm
But
just gonna knock out as much as I can. It's all good.
yeah, you can always go back. Still gonna be there, hopefully, as long as it doesn't sink.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Mm. One thing I would definitely not recommend though is going to the movie theater. It's way expensive. I guess it's pretty expensive there in the States though, too, right?
Yeah, I guess it depends on time of day. You know,
Yeah.
for like $7 to $10, something like that.
In Japan, it's like 1,800 yen, last I knew.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
So what is it, like maybe 1650, 17?
yeah. I guess it would be closer to that now. Yeah, at the time it was closer
Hmm.
to like 1 to 100, so it was like 18, almost $20 like that. It's crazy. So when I lived in Nagoya for a year, I went to the movie theater 2 or 3 times, I think.
Mm-hmm. And you decided that was enough for you?
Uh, yeah, I mean, even though I was living and working there, I didn't have a lot of money. It's an expensive place to live.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's a much more comfortable life here in Korea, I can say.
I'm glad to hear that.
Cost of living is much cheaper here. Everything's cheaper, which is nice.
Nice.
More like movie tickets here will be between like be comparable to America, between like $6 and $10, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, it doesn't really depend so much on the time. You can, if you go to the first showing of the day on a weekday, then it's like well cheap, and it's like $4 or $5. But everything else, other than that, the time really doesn't matter as much. It's more of the seat. They have like different style of seats in some
Ooh.
theaters. Depends on the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the very front and the way back are just kind of like normal ones, and then like all the middle section, which is where everyone would want to sit. It's where they have like the more expensive, like kind of like lazy boy recliner chairs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I like the sound of that.
They're comfortable, I suppose. But yeah, the movies I saw when I was there was that would have been Unicorn episode 6 and Evangelion 3.0. That was
Nice.
that came out, and Cloud Atlas, which was good. But I think I'm like the one of the 10 people in the world that like that movie.
I haven't seen it, I confess.
It's widely misunderstood, I think. I think it's pretty good. But you should watch it. Are you a fan of like The Fountain?
By Rand?
Who what?
By Ayn Rand?
No, The Fountain by Darren Aronofsky.
Oh, completely different. No,
you're talking about you're talking about the book Fountainhead. Yeah, not that book. Yeah,
yeah,
so I was gonna say like, why is he thinking Ayn Rand? Oh yeah, the book.
I'm tired. I've been up since 5:30, so.
No. Yeah, I'm talking the movie Darren Aronofsky film.
No, I haven't seen it.
Kind of comparable to that. Anyway, you should watch that. That's one of my personal favorite films ever. I would really recommend you check that out. It's the same. The same director who would have made probably one that you've seen. I think his latest one has just been Noah. I don't think he's done anything since that. But then before that, he did Black Swan and The Wrestler. Didn't see those?
Mickey Rourke.
Yep.
I've always wanted to see that. I've heard it's really good.
He was
Yeah.
good. And
Nice.
Sean Penn totally stole that Oscar from him. Fucking Sean Penn.
I hate that guy.
No. Why is he so popular and everybody hates him? Like
He's
everybody
just
talks
he's
to him is
kind
like,
of
I hate
a
Sean
douche.
Penn.
Well, he, like, not too many people know this, but like in '88, he was dating Madonna, and he like tied her up and beat her with a baseball bat. Like that's for real. That's legit. She finally managed to escape. Like, what a crap dude.
I didn't know that. Well, now I really hate him. I don't even like Madonna.
No, I don't like Madonna either, but I don't think he should be going around tying women up and just beating the shit out of them, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So that's why he's like a big guru now, because he had like some self-awakening after that. Like, oh shit, I'm a bad
I
person.
don't know. Hopefully he's nowhere near the same kind of person. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just hated him because I thought he stole that Oscar from Mickey Rourke, and then in 2004 he stole it from Bill Murray too. That's the worst. I mean, sorry for Madonna, but I mean, stealing an Oscar from Bill Murray, that's
Unforgivable.
yeah.
It's unforgivable.
Oh man. But yeah, Lost in Translation. That's Lost in Translation and The Fountain. I think are probably my two favorite American films.
Mm-hmm.
So I love those. Darren Aronofsky, I think, in general, is really misunderstood in a lot of his films.
Besides the films that you already mentioned, what else has he done?
Pi, Requiem for a Dream.
Oh Jesus!
Also,
See, I was thinking it was Requiem for a Dream.
yeah,
That was what a horrid movie. Like it's really good. It's really good. It's really well done. But it's one of those movies you only ever have to see it once.
yeah. I
You
think
never have to
you watch it like
again.
every 10 years, probably be all right.
Yes.
I don't think I've watched it since uni, and I'm not ready to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm done with it. I never have to see it again.
But it's powerful, eh? He's a good director.
Yeah, I know he's just the little that I've seen of his work. I mean, he's really good. But apparently, he's also kind of crazy. I guess.
Could be. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
possible.
So I'm about to reveal my ignorance as to how these hangouts work. But on your screen somewhere, is there like a number you can see like how many people are watching?
Yeah. Now it's 82.
Sweet. These guys are not tired of us like just listening to us rant and bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it
Amazing.
was up over 100, so.
Yeah. Then I got on screen and like, man, F this dude. F this big bearded bastard. Or maybe those 20 or so people were Marines and they didn't like my crayon remark. I don't know.
It could be. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of bounced around now. It's like 70 something. It just depends. It's really weird how it works because, like, yeah, it's really random. So we've tried it like at different times. Like now it's night here, but usually when we do Gunpla Talk, that's like in the morning for me. It's like totally opposite time, and it's just really random about how many people you'll get to watch, because like my channel audience is like spread out over the world, so it really doesn't matter the time. Pretty much any time there's people up, so I think it's just a matter of catching people when they're not busy or whatever.
Yeah. So after this MegaSize, what kit will you be working on next?
Got to get to this commission of an RX 78. It's it'll be a prototype. It's the Master Grade 3.0, and I'm just gonna paint it up in the prototype colors, so like gray, black, red.
That is a kit.
You like it?
Yeah, it's a little bit fragile. So you put it together and you just set it somewhere, never touch it again. But other than that, yeah, it's fantastic. I kind of wish they would do a whole line of 3.0s, kits that they've kind of, I guess, beat to death already, but I don't know, do like 3 minute, that kind of detail, because it's basically real grade. And,
Well, that's the reason why I hadn't picked up the kit for so long. I mean, I talked about this. I did already snap up the kit and review it, and I talked about this in the review. But that was one reason why I hadn't ever bought the kit, was because I thought it basically just looks like a blown up version of the real grade, so I wasn't really all that interested in it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, anything, no matter what I think about it, it's always interesting and fun to just build something I haven't built before. So
Yeah, right.
I enjoyed it, and yeah, that I'm doing it for the same guy that I did that Metal Gear Ray Hygog for earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for him. He's very patiently waiting while we're finishing up this kit.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
That, and then this. I should show you guys this. So this will be a live exclusive. Hang on. I posted a photo of this on my page, but you couldn't actually really see what it is. I mean, you can just see these boxes here. And someone commented someone knew what it was. But this is it's the Infinite Dimension Sazabi dress up kit.
Ooh.
So let's see. It's just 2 boxes of dress up parts for the Sazabi. And I forget how I open this here. But there's this new shop that's opening in America for selling garage kits, like resin dress up kits and stuff. They'll be selling to the American market, bringing them in like from Asia and selling them in America. So they wanted to send this to me to help promote their site. So it's a sponsored kit. So they sent this to me anyway. It's really, really nice. I don't know. I mean, you're not going to really see it all that well on screen here, but the detail is super nice, and the kit looks amazing when it's all done.
I like anything Sazab related. That's one of my favorite suits. So, yeah, you got my attention.
I'm one of those people who apparently, from like last time I talked about this, there's quite a lot of people who are in the similar boat as me, like that got the kit like right when it first came out, but still haven't built it.
That always seems to happen.
So, hang on. In the other box here is the manual for it. I want to just show a picture of it. So yeah, I haven't even snapped up the kit yet because it's just so big. So it looks, you can see, like that's just basically adding lots of detail.
Yeah.
The only proportion changes are the thighs. It does have like totally new parts for the thighs that are thicker and longer. And the fuel tanks on the back. I'm actually not really that big of a fan of the design of those fuel tanks.
I actually really like that.
You like it?
I really like. Oh yeah, how detailed that is. I love that.
All right. Well, when it's done, we can talk.
Send it on, baby. Send it on.
But yeah, these. So yeah, this was sent to me by that shop. So do kind of need to prioritize that a bit too. So we'll be starting to work on that. I actually kind of want to take a break from big projects after the MegaSize and the Psycho Zaku, which you now have.
Oh, it's so nice. It looks so nice sitting on my shelf. And the thing is, just it's massive. It's crazy how big that
ridiculously big. Yeah, the fuel tank especially is just like crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, you did some great work on that, man. I'm in love with it.
Thank you. I guess for those people who are watching who don't know, which is probably everyone, I didn't really make an announcement of or anything, but Zach is who bought that Psycho Zaku from me.
Oh yeah. So that's my second ZakuAurelius custom after their Freet.
And the Testament too.
Yeah. Let's not forget him. He's standing there proudly as well. Obviously, I'm not at home, so I can't share.
Mm. I really liked how that kid came out actually. So I was really happy with that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I just went into it thinking like I just want to at least just try to make this into something I enjoy more than just the stock kit, but it actually came out really nice.
I want to
Uh,
get to your level where you're like, you know what? I'm so skilled. I can paint these kits, and then when I'm done, I don't even have to play them. I'll just sell them. Like I want to get to that level.
well, I don't think that's any level. I don't know. That's I don't know. I mean, just I enjoyed the part of the kit that I like, which is just the process. And like after that, I don't really care to just see it like sitting on my shelf after that. Like I stared at the kit for hours of plenty. And then after
Gotcha.
that, might as well just let it go to a good home. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Like this one, as I was working on this, I was really thinking like putting in so much work to this, I really should just sell it. But like no.
No, you're doing a great thing, man. It's a gift that you're working on, and he's gonna be able to. Does he understand this one?
What's that?
Does he know that you're?
Oh
No.
no idea.
Nice. See, that's fantastic.
And he's like not even really into Gundam or Gunpla or anything at all. Uh, but
Right.
I mean, I know he'll still he'll love it. He'll get a kick out of it still. Uh,
Absolutely.
hmm?
I said absolutely. Yeah, that'll be great.
Mm. Like I think like I mentioned to you maybe that uh, I when I first went to Japan in 2009, he was one of the people that I couch surfed with while I was traveling around there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh, that was, I think he was actually the first person that we couch surfed with, and coincidentally, we were the first guests that he ever hosted too. So there was kind of like the special connection there
Yeah.
because he had like just
Yeah.
started using the site.
That's what you guys will get in touch.
So like we've been friends then since then, and yeah, like he came from Japan. He came to Korea for my wedding 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's
So
that's actually really awesome.
can't say that any of my friends from America came because
Well, it's a little there, brother.
it's a little bit farther, yeah. But
Yeah.
since coming here, uh, I mean here as into Asia in 2010, I think one of my friends from America has come here to Korea, and he came here like with his girlfriend, actually to visit his cousin who's up in Seoul. And he was here, I think, in Korea for like 1 or 2 weeks, and he never came to visit me.
Oh,
Bastard.
a
He's
dig.
he's close enough. I mean, he's a good enough friend of mine that I can't hate him, but I really want to hate him because that's pretty fucked up. Like,
Yeah, just a little bit.
how are
Just
you
a little
gonna
bit.
come out here and like be 2 hours away and not just pop by
Yeah,
like, for the afternoon? Like,
the nerve of some people, man.
it's pretty dumb, but oh well. I'll see him. I'll see him when I get home.
But yeah, you can slap him, knock him around a little bit, and yeah.
Actually, nah, he's my friend from uni. So he lives in Kansas City, Missouri, where I went to school. Oh,
You're from the Midwest, right?
yeah, I'm from Illinois, but I
Oh, okay,
went to school in Missouri.
gotcha.
Uh, but I probably won't be going to visit there anytime soon. Like I'm going home to America later this year in September, but just
Hmm.
to like my hometown and to like Cincinnati, where my dad's family lives too. Won't be going
Oh,
to Kansas City at all.
Cincinnati.
Yep. It's pretty cool. I have really limited experience with the city though, really, to be honest, because every time we go, we're like just going to my relatives. Uh, it's like all, like I said, all my dad's side is all there, and then or like going to the zoo or something like that, because I've been just a kid when I went there.
I'm not gonna try to I'm not gonna butcher your wife's name. I've never heard it pronounced, obviously. So, but this was her first time going late.
No, we went to America once. About when was that? It would have been like a year and a half. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
right. About a year and a half, or is it a year and a half or half a year? I don't remember exactly. But we went to America before, and like she met all my family and stuff at that time before
That's
getting
fancy.
married. And then we went there and got married in America too. We had two wedding ceremonies, one here and one there.
Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome.
Mm. So she's been there twice now, but it'll be the first time for my son
Okay,
to go there.
cool.
It'll
Right,
be
right.
Noah's first time. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. It's gonna be interesting having a 2-year-old on the airplane for like 12 hours.
Oh, bless your heart.
We'll see how that goes. But hopefully he'll just sleep a lot of the time, but we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Might have to be like one of those families that has to take like a huge like bag of like we're sorry snacks and like pass them out to everyone in
Oh yeah.
the family. Like some like home baked cookies or something that we had to pass around to everyone to apologize for the baby's crying.
And earplugs.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. He's generally pretty quiet. Like he doesn't really like cry a lot all the time. I don't know. But that's a totally different situation, right? It's kind of really hard to know how he's going to act.
Definitely.
He's been on the plane to Philippines and to Okinawa within the past year, and he's fine. But both of those are like relatively short flights.
But now you'll have like a 16-hour flight, so who knows?
Yeah, I think it's 12 or 13. It's not that long. It's 16, but it's long enough. I mean, that's extremely long or super extremely long. Not a lot of difference there.
I gotta admit, watching you. I mean, this is off topic, and I'm so sorry to interrupt, but
No,
watching you line, like, I really want to build, but it's a little too late to get started.
whip something out, man.
I'm worn out.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, anytime you want to get off, get to bed, man. No worries.
No, I'm about to. I'm having fun. This is my first time doing this,
Yeah,
so I apologize to all the viewers who thought they were just gonna get to hang out with you and listen to you bullshit and all that, and now you've got to deal with my loud mouth. So my
it's
bad.
all good. It's all good. I think like I mentioned just again before you got on, that kind of just the reason why I wanted to do a live stream was just because I'm still not able to upload quite yet. So I just wanted to at least put out some kind of content and stuff. So
Yeah.
just thought just doing some boring old pen aligning, just gonna be sitting here for a couple hours, so I might as well throw up the stream.
So how do you usually I mean, do people like, is there a text box or something people say? I don't know.
Yeah, if you hang on just a second, I'll send it to you. I have the video screen just up here, just small, and then I have the YouTube video
Ah,
up, and just like on the YouTube like viewing page, there's the live chat there, so people can chat there, and I can see like if you weren't here, I'd just be like glancing at that and answering questions that people
I mean,
are.
you can still answer questions.
Well, all right, let's
No
take
one's
the
asking
questions.
questions.
Oh, not now, because I think they know that we're just talking. But if you guys watching have some questions you want to ask to me or to Zach,
I don't really any questions that they would want to ask me, but yeah, sure, whatever.
they'd be like, "Who are you?"
This guy, yeah.
Zach's the not me. Let's just say that Zach is the newest, biggest sensation on YouTube. He just started his own Gunpla YouTube channel, and he's going to be sharing all his Gunpla experiences in Japan, right?
Yeah, something like that. I actually did start an Instagram page, Southern Fried Gunpla, of course, Southern Fried, me being from Alabama. But I haven't done anything with it because I was gearing up to come to Japan. So I think I will start getting photos, building, that kind of stuff.
Are you planning on like painting anything while you're there?
I don't know. I do have an airbrush at home, and I'm considering getting it shipped over here. But I think I might wait until I actually make the move to Osaka since I'll be there for 10 months.
Yeah.
Compared to here, I'll be here until mid-August, and then of course South Korea for maybe a week,
Mhm.
and then back to Japan. So I don't know if it makes sense to have it shipped here just yet.
Mm. The Yeah, the nice thing about that is that you can anything that you use in the States and Japan is all compatible with like the plugs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I need an international adapter for my laptop, but
Uh,
yeah, everything else is good so far.
uh, so that was the thing. Like, while I was living in Japan there for a year, and like at the start, I wasn't planning on staying for just a year, but it soon became apparent that I was only going to be there for a year. But anyway, that's a long story that will
Story for another time.
private time because it's a lot more personal. But
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
uh, yeah, so when I knew that I was only going to be there for a year and then coming back to Korea, then I thought like, well, there's no point in buying like a nice compressor and all of that. I guess I could have brought a nice airbrush while I was there, but like the compressor wouldn't have worked there because the plug would be different. For here in Korea, these different
Right.
size. So that was one of the factors why I didn't airbrush at all while I was there in Japan. But I think like if you're going to be in Japan for any length of time, or especially just like if you're living there like for the foreseeable future and you're not like really like taking it up to like the next level and like painting and doing all that shit while you have like complete access to everything, then you're really just slipping up. Because I mean, it's different if you're like living in the States or the Philippines or something where you have access to stuff, but it's really not that easy to get, and stuff's expensive, and like all of the you have like shipping costs and all of that. Where like in Japan, where you can just walk to a store and buy like anything you could possibly want, then at that point, if you're not
Right.
really taking advantage of that, then I don't know. But,
Yeah, point made. Point made.
but in your case, I mean, 10 months is not all that long. I don't think I could really get too hard on you for not like going nuts with it in that time, especially since it's like your first time there. You want to like experience everything. I wouldn't say, man, you need to just be focusing on your gunpla. That'd be pretty stupid.
Yeah, but as a friend pointed out to me, I'm a pretty big gamer, and it's my best friend, and we game all the time. So he was basically begging me in my console. He's like, dude, there's days where you're tired, you don't feel like getting out. Maybe you've seen everything in the area, and you don't feel like venturing out further than that. So I think I'll take his advice, not with the console, but I mean, there's gonna be days where I'm done with school and I'm hang out, so maybe it'll be nice just to paint something.
Yeah, man. I living in. I mean, there's a lot. If we want to get like really deep into it, and I think it's probably better to save that conversation for once you're like not on your first day of like your full schedule there. But Japan, I mean, aside from just like we already mentioned, it's an expensive place to live. It's just not an easy place, I think, like emotionally to live.
Hmm.
It's a very complex and I think difficult to deal with society there. And I mean, you can. I mean, I could have stayed there for a longer amount of time. It wasn't like something that was like driving me crazy. Like I wanted to leave the country and never go back. Uh,
Hmm.
but it is a very draining place to live emotionally, I think. I mean, it depends on what you do and all of that. But we'll talk about that I think later once you've been there for a little while more.
Yeah, I haven't experienced that yet, but then again, I've only been here. Tomorrow will be a week, so Yeah.
Have you had any jet lag at all?
No, maybe 2 weeks prior, I adjusted my schedule to get on the Japanese clock,
Oh, okay.
so it was perfect. I were in transition easily. Yeah, it's been pretty
Mm.
great so far, and yeah, it's apparently harder to do that going back to the States for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. I was gonna say because I'm exactly that. Going from the U.S. to Asia, I've never like get jet lag. I'm perfectly fine. But
Right.
yeah, when I go back to America, it just really kills me. Like when it gets to be like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm just like dead. Don't want to do anything. Just want to like lay down on the floor. We're visiting with some relatives, and I'm just like taking a nap.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
But yeah, I figured like you being there, you're probably fine. It doesn't really seem to affect you going that way as much, so that's good.
Yeah, no,
But I mean, you've also, I'm sure, been very busy just taking it all in. You say you do have some friends there in Tokyo, right?
yeah, I have a buddy who he just graduated from University of Alabama, so he was there for 4 years, and yeah, we became pretty good friends back, and school
Oh shit, hang on, man.
maybe 10.
Hang on, your audio was breaking up there again. It's been fine for like, it's been fine for
No.
like it's been fine for like the whole time. But
Yeah.
now it just started to break up again. And my name is Jeff.
I mean,
So someone keeps putting that. I keep seeing that in the comments in the video.
all right, what about now?
Yeah, it sounds fine now. You're all good. What were we saying?
Sweet. Yeah, his workplace is like 10 minutes from my school in Shinjuku,
Okay.
and his apartment or his house rather is like 10 minutes from my dorms. So it worked perfectly.
Mm-mm.
Kind of odd that it worked out that way, but still pretty cool.
I mean, is he a teacher there? What's he doing there?
No. He just graduated from University of Alabama, and I guess he's just kind of getting used to being back in Japan and being away for 4 years. So yeah, I think he might actually. I don't know if I can say this on air, like where I think he works, but yeah, kind of shake stuff.
It's all right.
I feel like he worked at Soaplands. If you know what I'm talking about, Soapland, Soapu.
What's that?
Uh, do you know Soapland?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it works at a soap land. Okay, that's
I think he's
uh,
like a catcher for Soaplands. Like he's one of the guys out in the streets. That's like, hey, come on in, you know.
and he's a white guy.
No, he's Japanese.
Oh, okay. That's not
Yeah,
as weird
so
then.
I mean, it's still kind of like because he's very shady. He will never give a complete upfront answer when he um, about it. So I don't know. Maybe he does.
So, I like I said, I've just been like glancing up at the chat, but I've seen comments, someone shouting out about the Master Grade Hazel like a million times. So why don't we take a moment to talk about that, shall we? Uh,
Yeah, absolutely. Right?
what's that?
It's Prima Bandai, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, which is really weird. I really don't know why they did that because it's going to be a lot of new parts for one,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I mean, like, if P Bandai is good for like obscure stuff, and I mean, the Hazel is relatively obscure. It's not like from an anime series or something like that. So yeah, a lot of Gundam fans are familiar with it, but like, uh, just like Bandai's main like concern, which is just like kids going into the store with their parents, are not gonna have any idea what that is.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, that's just weird, silly Japanese logic too. Because like, I think if it's just kids going to the store with their parents, they probably are gonna want to look for something that they know. But at the same time, if they see some like really cool box, with like some really awesome badass box art, they're gonna be like, yeah, well, I had that.
Right, right.
So I
That's a
don't think that like I don't think that recognition is really that important, but anyway. But yeah, it's P Bandai. But a lot of people, I've seen this theory floating around that a lot of people are thinking that it's just kind of a way for Bandai to test the popularity of it. And then if it goes well, then maybe some other variations will be standard release, like Hazel 2 or Advanced Hazel or something like that.
Yeah, I guess it's possible.
Possible, but I don't know. I would say it's more than likely that there will be some other P Bandai release for that, whether probably be Hazel 2 or something.
Right.
Will probably also get released. I mean, I'm planning on buying whatever they release related to that.
Yeah, yeah. I really
No
like
doubt.
the design of that kit, so that will be a buy for me.
It looks. I mean, it's a testament to that third party kit that came out. It's been like almost 2 years now, I guess. That third party kit looks very similar, so it kind of goes to show how pretty good that third party kit actually looked.
Well, not only like how I guess far these third party brands, how far they're coming along, um, but also I kind of like the fact that it's. I guess it seems like it's making Bandai step their game up. You know, they're taking notice, like, well, shit, you know, we got to do something, which is it's fantastic. You know, a lot of people, I guess maybe not necessarily right, but understandably so, they get upset about these third party kits. And
Mhm.
but if it's gonna make Bandai, like I said, the game up, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm still under the belief that it doesn't really have any effect on Bandai at all.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. It might. Just
No, it could
because.
be. Yeah, you're right. They might just being there like he's gonna do what gonna do, and maybe this was so far planned in advance, you know, that they were gonna release anyway. Um, yeah, it could go either way.
Because like for a kit like the Hazel, where it is so much different of it, I gotta think that this is not related to kind of the point we were just making, but I gotta imagine that the Hazel was probably just planned and not exactly planned to be a P Bandai from the start, but they just planned it out and then had to decide, okay, is this going to be a P Bandai or a standard release, and then for whatever reason decided to just go ahead and go with premium.
Right.
But just because there's so much new to it, where like if it's something that's just like a symbol recolor, I think they probably know like from the start, okay, this is just going to be a premium kit, like
Yeah. Yeah.
not that big a deal. But I don't know. In a perfect world, I would really really love to get the Icarus unit for that
Mm-hmm.
as like another P Bandai release related to that. That kind of like backpack with those huge looking kind of shoulder
Yeah.
bits on that. One of the many variations of that. We'll see. But that's my thoughts on that. I know, yeah, a lot of people are complaining, and it's kind of funny. Like when like you'll see comments where someone like, "Oh, definitely gonna be picking that up. I don't care if it's P Bandai, but I gotta buy that." And then you'll see like people, someone will respond to that comment and be like, "Well, you don't care, but for some of us, it actually costs like $100 for that kit, so it is actually a big deal for some of us." Like, what? I mean, if you want it and you're willing to pay that much for it, then buy it. If you're not willing to pay that much for it, then I guess you're not going to buy it.
Yeah, I guess that's cool too. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people like that. That's just an interesting mindset to have. Like, it doesn't affect you, so just chill, dude. Just chill.
Yeah,
Like, if you stop worrying about these other folks, you live a better life.
yeah, that's right. Uh, I just saw some guy today. Do you know Gary Vaynerchuk?
No, I don't.
Well, I wouldn't really recommend looking up who that is, but I saw just on YouTube today a guy who was like the Asian version of him. He was an Asian designer version of Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk is like, I don't really know exactly what he does. I know he's an entrepreneur, kind of like, but he's also like on YouTube and Snapchat. He's like really big on Snapchat, I think. Just a guy. You know who Casey Neistat is?
Who?
Casey Neistat?
Kind of sounds familiar, but I'm not gonna bullshit you.
Okay. Well, then never mind. Just forget what I was saying. The point is like there are these guys who are like successful guys and like entrepreneurs and shit like that, but then they're giving like all this like guru advice on YouTube. Like
Are
that.
either of those guys the one they start off with the video like, "This is my Lamborghini, but what I really like,
Oh,
my books."
yeah, just like that, but not quite. Like
Oh, gotcha.
not as like in your face about it. That's Thai something. I know that guy.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I know, because those always used to pop up on like your YouTube ads, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh man, this guy's kind of interesting. And then like I watched like actually a couple of his videos and I was like, yeah, this guy's really wants to be something. So yeah, no, he's but like the same type of guy. Yeah, basically like that. Kind of
Okay.
Casey, I wouldn't group Casey Neistat in that because I think he is definitely a lot more like genuine and not an asshole like the other guys can kind of tend to be.
Right.
Or like they kind of have a good message and like the stuff that they want to say of like giving some like good like life advice and just business advice or whatever, but they're like really well arrogant about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but anyway, I don't even know what made me think of that in the first place.
I don't know either, man. That was random. We're
Yeah.
talking about Bandai, and hopefully that guy's not yelling about it in the chat anymore. And then we went to that. So interesting.
I think because you mentioned about like not worrying about what other people think, and
Right.
that was what the guy was talking about in one of those videos. Well, that's one arm, the waist section, and the torso down. So much kit, so much detail on this kit. But I gotta say, I don't know if you saw, I posted a photo on my Facebook page of the kit just snapped up together with all the colors. Did you see
that? I think I did.
I'll flash that again here so you can see. I do really like how the colors came out.
Oh yeah.
I like that the gray GIMP arm.
Yeah, I guess it's.
I was planning on doing that in like a bright orange color. Get that kind of like chappy feel, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Like replacement part. It's like a kind of like danger orange color.
Right.
At the last minute, I decided, no, I actually kind of don't really like that, and really glad that I changed it up, because I think that gray looks a lot better with like the sort of MSV style of the rest of the colors.
Yeah, I get that.
Yep. Have you tried cocoa curry yet? I wanted to ask you about the food too.
No, not yet. I did eat curry for like, I don't know, 4 days straight maybe, because it's amazing and I love it. But yeah, not yet.
Not kokoichi. I'm sure there's one around there. What's one of the great things about going around Tokyo, especially in Japan, is that the Google Maps app actually is like super helpful there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was just talking about that today with my buddies. Like, you take trains, it tells you, which train and how long it is, and how much the fare costs and whatnot. Like, it's really useful.
What is it? The app doesn't work at all. Well, it works, but it's pretty useless here in Korea. So it's nice to be able to use that when I go to Tokyo.
Yeah, I bet.
Uh, but yeah, if you just type in just cocoa curry or something like that, I'm sure you can find some around you. I'm sure there's probably one like right up the block from you.
Well, I'm kind of out of the suburbs, so maybe not, but we'll see.
Mm, I don't know. No, I'm sure there is probably. I mean, I don't know exactly how the suburb. I'm not really familiar with the area you're talking about, but it's pretty much everywhere. So it's probably one not too far from you.
All right, well, soon I will go and I'll write up like a full review, pictures.
No,
Next
you
time you
got
do one of these hangouts, I'll get on and run my mouth about it.
no, you got to let me know before you go so I can let you know what to order.
Gotcha.
My recommended menu, and then after that you can go from there, try something, whatever else. But basically, what it is like you just choose like everything that you want. So you just choose like first how much rice you want, and then how spicy you want it, and then what curry base you want. Whether you want like pork or beef base curry, and then basically everything else that you want on it. Then you can just choose from the menu whether you want like donkasu on it, tonkatsu, or other vegetables, cheese, other tons of other different kinds of meat, and you can just add whatever you want.
That's right up my alley.
So like it's just charged for just the toppings. So like if you want cheese, that'll be like 150 yen or something like that, and then add some
Right.
other meat, and it's like 200 yen and all that. So it's a customizing menu. But
Gotcha.
the best one is chicken nikomi horenso mix. That's all you got to know.
And spinach.
Yeah, yeah, chicken
Gotcha.
and spinach. Chicken nikomi is like that really thinly. It's like really thinly sliced. Or
Mhm.
no. Chicken nikomi is different. Or chicken nikomi is good. Or buta shabu is the sliced
Buta
pork.
shabu, pork shabu shabu.
Yeah, that's pretty
Gotcha.
fire.
I
Uh,
will try out something.
what's that?
I will try it out sometime in the next few days.
Also, have you taken advantage of all the convenience store amazing snacks and drinks and ice cream and all that stuff?
Only once or twice. There's a combini right down the road from our dorm, and it's amazing walking into those. Like, there's just so much good looking stuff.
And that's the danger zone. You go in
Yeah,
there and
I'm I'm running morning and trying to be healthy and stuff, but yeah, you gotta stay away from combini.
yeah, especially late night, you're going home. It's like, oh, comfort food central of like all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I gotta say, though, I think the what's it? Uh, I always forget the name of that. Those uh, anju, those rice balls on the stick.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Anju?
I'm not entirely sure.
I think that's right. That might not be right. It's rice cakes, just the rice balls on a stick. There's usually just three of them, and they're usually like white, pink, and green. Know what I'm talking about? No idea.
Nah.
Do you like rice cakes
Yeah.
or like
Yeah,
mochi
absolutely. What's that?
or mochi
Yeah.
with red bean?
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's not my favorite, but yeah.
Not your favorite. How about the man meat buns?
I don't think I've had one of those yet.
What? Yeah, you must be trying to live healthy because if not, then you're just like living off those.
Yeah, I'll get around to trying all this amazing food. You know, it's
No,
not too healthy. I mean, like I said, I've been eating katsukade and whatnot for so many meals.
uh, have you been to the Gundam Cafe yet?
No, I'm trying to get some guys together who really want to go because it's like complete opposite. You know, it'd be like an hour and a half train ride and whatnot. I mean, I could go on my own, not really a big deal, but I guess I'd rather see who all would want to go and whatnot. So get together.
Mm, it's yeah. I mean, you can. The food is novelty, but it's not. I mean, don't expect it to be like that good.
Yeah,
It's just for the novelty of the experience.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
uh, just getting back to the meat buns. Man is man. You know what I mean? You're familiar with those?
Yeah, I know the concept. Yeah.
Uh, the best one is either curry or pizza flavor.
Again, trying to lose weight. Suffering.
No, like especially what I mean, because I know you're on a diet, but I know you're still drinking while you're over there, and especially when you're like going home and like you just want a little yummy nightcap, pop into the convenience store and like whatever they have. Curry. I haven't seen curry as often as I've seen pizza. I think pizza's probably more common.
Hmm.
Curry, man, is just like cheese and pizza sauce, like tomato sauce in the bread bun.
That sounds amazing.
It's hella good, and they're like cheap too. I think they're like a couple hundred yen, very cheap.
All right, I'm definitely doing that. Probably not tonight, because it's what almost 1 a.m.
Yeah, I don't think any amount of convincing of you how good they are at this point is probably going to get you to go out and get one right now.
No.
If I was in your position, I would though. I mean, if I was a single guy there living by myself and I knew that there was a company within walking distance and someone was like, man, the man is so good, I'd be like, damn, it is good. I go
Oh,
just like go get a couple of meat buns and beer and like especially this time in when like it's summer and it's really warm out at night,
hmm.
chill out outside sipping that beer and that meat bun. I'm telling you, man,
Just
that's
fine.
that's the Japan that you're missing out on right now.
All right. Hey, I'm going to take your advice. I'll do it soon. And I will provide photographic evidence.
Nah, but hanging out's all good too.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I don't think we'll see. No. I don't. I was gonna see. I was hopefully gonna be able to finish panel lining this tonight, but I had a feeling that it's gonna take me 2 nights just to get all the panel lining done. And yeah,
Happens to the best of us.
hmm?
Happens to the best of us.
Well, it's just takes a while, man.
Yeah. But I have to get up in less than 5 hours. So
Uh,
I'm going
yeah.
to
Why
say
don't you?
farewell to you and the
It'll
wonderful
probably be
audience
really
who I've had no interaction with, but still
good.
pretty cool.
I think I haven't been watching the chat, but it's been going. I figure they're probably just like, whoa, they're probably just talking about the stuff that we're talking about, or
Yeah, gotcha.
other random stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of other people who have either been to Japan or just are interested in Japan, and they're just kind of chiming in about stuff that we're talking about. But yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks for hanging out, man. Good to hear that you're
Yeah,
enjoying
thank you
it.
for having me. I enjoyed it, and yeah, let's do it again sometime.
All right. Yeah, now that you're in the same time zone, shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right, brother.
Get some rest.
Oh, absolutely.
Next time we'll have some beer too. I really wanted some, but last time at the supermarket, my wife told me no because she's pregnant.
Oh,
She's like,
really?
yeah. She's there's another announcement for this video. It's just 9 weeks now, so just starting
Ooh,
with our second.
congratulations. Did I
Thank you.
already know that? If you had already told me, my apologies. Again, very long day.
I don't think so. Probably
Yeah,
not.
that's still awesome though. Yeah, good job.
Thank you. But yeah, she's like, no, if I can't drink, you can't drink. I was like, what if I go out? And she's like, well, if you're outside the house with your friends, then it's okay, but not at home. I was like, okay.
Well, next time we do this, I'll have a beer for you, and
I'll just sneak it in.
torment you a little bit.
That's all good. All right,
All right, man.
Rest.
See ya.
Bye.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, guys. I'm going to continue on. Yes, that is the other big announcement. This live stream has just been full of big announcements. I showed you guys the resin Sazabi dress up kit, announcing another Zaku baby on the way. But yeah, so thanks guys for putting up with that. I just wanted to chat with Zach for a while, so hopefully that was interesting to just kind of hear us talking about Japan and stuff. Like I said, as you just heard, he's just moved there, and so wanted to kind of chat with him about that. But now I am going to just continue to work on this for a little while. So if you guys do want to get in on just asking some questions and stuff, I can just try to just kind of chat with you guys now here for a bit, answer some questions or whatever. Just kind of ramble on as I do. So if you do want to ask a question or something, if you could, just put it there in all caps so I can see it easily when I look up at the screen, because I'm kind of focused on this. Yeah, that's been the theme of this whole MegaSize Zaku project, is just that every step of the way it's just taking me longer than I expected it would. It's all good. Someone asked, Zach, do you know Tone Zone? I'm guessing you're talking about Tone Zone on Instagram. Yes, I don't know him personally, but I'm familiar with Tone Zone on Instagram. Are you him? Or just know him or her? And Bailey Garbutz asks, is this your second child? Yes, I do have a son already. He is going to be 2 in October. So this will be my second baby is due in January. So still a while yet. Still got to cook for a while. But yeah, hang on. What's the name of the store you got the ID kit from? Oh, the Infinite Dimension kit. Yeah, hang on just a second. I'll do a full video on that here in a bit. What my plan is for the Infinite Dimension kit is just to not do anything with it really for probably about a month while I'm just finishing up the MegaSize Zaku, and then like I mentioned before, I do have a commission, master grade Gundam 3.0. I need to paint that up, and then the Sazabi is going to be my project after that. So at that time, I'll talk with you guys plenty more. The shop is not actually online yet, last I heard from them, so they're just getting started up. But just to plug that, it's going to be Play Young, and the site is here, playyoung.bigcartel.com. Like I said, I think last I heard from them, from the dude there, the site isn't up yet, or you're not actually able to buy stuff there yet, but it's just getting started. So by the time you see probably about a month from now when you start to see me start to work on this kit. They should have that up and running, and you can shop there. Erwin asked, what are my thoughts on Twilight Axis episode 1? I haven't taken a minute to watch episode 1 yet, or I should say I haven't taken 3 minutes to watch episode 1 yet. But I know I think the biggest complaint I've seen from people online is just the fact that it's 3 minutes. And personally, I don't think just the fact that it's 3 minutes doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. I think you can do a lot in 3 minutes. But I have heard from people whose opinions I would, take into account, who have said that, yeah, that 3 minutes is really not that great because it's kind of like all over the place. So I don't know. No, I haven't watched it yet, so I can't really give too much judgment on it. I know it's only 3 minutes, but just shouldn't say I haven't found the time, just haven't taken the time. Shakolin123 asked, what are your thoughts on the new RG Unicorn? Well, I haven't built the kit yet, so I don't really have too many thoughts on it, to be honest. I did kind of talk about this previously, though, on I think the last episode of Gunpla News, just after Shizuoka, so it was kind of like my Shizuoka reactions / Gunpla News video there. But anyway, at that time, I said that I think the HG Gundam Unicorn looks really nice. Obviously, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the RG kit will have, with it being able to transform and all of that. But just what's important to me is that the kit looks good when it's done. And I think the HG looks really good when it's done. So the fact that it's able to transform and is going to have a little bit more surface detail really doesn't get me all that excited, because yeah, I mean, I could have that already, a really nice 1/44 scale unicorn in just the HG. I wouldn't have all the extra little details and stuff that the RG will have, but it's a kit that I don't think really needs that. The unicorn design, I mean, it does look good when it's really detailed up, but I think just having not a whole lot of surface detail, because the unicorn's detail is made up by all the different just armor panels and stuff that you have going on. So you don't really need a lot of details and stuff added to it to give it that look. But I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. So to be honest, the Real Grade Unicorn, I'm not really all super excited about it. I always like checking out any new kits. Is always a fun experience. And especially that one, I'm sure will be a really interesting build for sure. But it's not something that I'm really crazy about looking forward to. To be honest, I'm actually more looking forward to the MegaSize Unicorn, just because of how crazy huge that thing is going to be. Do you color all your models? If I had the time, I'd love to paint every single model that I build. But for now, I just paint whatever I can when I can. And anything that's not painted, in my mind, is just waiting to be painted. Ideally, any kit that I have will be painted at some point, but I think at this point I could probably work on all the kits I have from now until the day I die and still probably not finish painting all of them. But yeah. Erwin wants a Woundwort third-party kit update. Yeah, like I said, once in the next couple days, when I'm actually able to edit and upload videos like normal, and I start getting back to uploading reviews for you guys, I will have the review of the Woundwort kit for you guys. I do have it all snapped up as much as it can be. It's not going to be like my review of the Barzam, where it's just half snapped. It is actually fully snapped up, but there's not really going to be a lot you're really going to be able to see it do. Without gluing that kit, it's not really going to hold together at all. It's a kit that you most definitely have to glue, and I didn't want to glue it before it's painted, because that wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. So I couldn't glue it for the review anyway. So it's probably going to just crumble to pieces during the review. I haven't actually filmed the review yet. I need to do that probably maybe tomorrow or the next day. But that review will be coming soon. Like I said, if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you know what kit reviews I have coming up, aside from the Banshee, which was the last thing that I unboxed before my computer died. Have that. And then the Girazulu. What else? The HG Girazulu, the HG Marasai unicorn version. And then a couple other things. The Q-Cube Woundwort and the Testament, the Dragon Momoko Testament Gundam. Just finished snapping that up today. As well as the HG Shaldal Custom, which I actually have a special video coming for that one. Any plans on Builders interview? Yeah, so my May episode of Builders interviews kind of fell through. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I was supposed to talk with Don Cerratos of the Philippines, and it just kind of fell through. So didn't have an episode for May. And at the moment, I don't have anyone on the books for June, just because I've just been really busy and really just trying to focus on getting this kit done. And also just haven't had my computer, so just haven't really been thinking about that much. But the Builder interview series is not dead by any means. I'm definitely still going to be continuing that. Just at the moment, and don't have any like really plans for that. I'm just worried about just getting back to a normal video schedule. So yeah, but I do have an episode of G-Check with Josh is on the books again for not this weekend, but next weekend. We'll be doing that. So that'll be the first weekend of July. We'll be doing the next episode of G-Check. When will you review that Dandelion Gundam? The Dandelion should arrive to me, should be delivered tomorrow. And it's, yeah, like I said, it's behind maybe 5 or 6 kits in the queue. So that review will be coming, but yeah, there's a long queue of videos already waiting. So it'll be the Banshee Norn, then the Girazulu, then the Marasai, then the Q-Cube Woundwort, then the Dragon Momoko Testament, then the Tristan, and then probably the Dandelion after that. So a little bit of a wait, but it's coming. If you guys want to watch a review as soon as the kit comes out, then there are other channels who are focused on doing that. I just have things to do, I guess. Not that other people don't have things to do, but you know, full-time job, family, my own personal projects. Those things are also important to me. Getting a kit review out as soon as the kit is released is obviously good for your video monetization, because your video is going to get a lot of views. But that's not really a big priority for me. Thoughts on the Tristan? I plan on giving the Tristan a very good review. But just to clarify, yeah, because I haven't built the kit yet, and I don't mean a very good review, but I want to give it a very fair review, because other reviews that I've seen of it, I think, have been from a certain perspective that I usually don't like to take on my reviews. When I do my reviews, I know that my audience of you guys is very diverse in your skill level and what you do with your kits. So like, I know that there's a good amount of people there. Why are you guys all saying you give up? You're giving up trying to ask questions? Sorry, there's a few people saying like I give up something in the chat. If you're trying to ask your question, sorry, I'm trying to answer as many as I can, but and then I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, I totally forgot what I was talking about. It's late. What was I talking about? Sorry. Yeah, my audience, sorry. It's late. I know that there's a lot of you guys who just snap your kits and you don't do any customizing or painting or modification or whatever. That's fine. And then there's other people who uh, are doing more customizing and all of that and painting and everything. So what people want to see in a review is coming from a lot of different perspectives. So if I give you guys just the perspective, like just my opinion on the kit from the perspective of someone who's just snapping the kit and that's it, then that review is really only going to be useful or interesting for that certain percent of people watching the video. But so I try to give the perspective, give points that would be of interest for people who just snap or people who paint or people who are wanting to do other modifications to the kit. So like, for example, I'll point out where some more difficult seam lines might be that some people might find more difficult if you don't have a lot of experience with that, or just try to point out how some stickers might be in like some really annoying parts, but they're on areas that would be like really easy to mask. Because obviously for some people masking is just not a big deal at all. So that's all. Anyway, so I feel like the couple of reviews that I've seen of the Tristan out so far have been from a perspective that is kind of limited. So I want to give a wider perspective of that kit. So that's my plan for that. And what I would really, really like to do is to just like straight away do like a work in progress series on that and like how to improve the Tristan Gundam. So I think that would be really useful for a lot of people and interesting, like to take a kit that is, I think, like straight out of the gate with the release of that kit, very generally disliked, and there's a lot of disinterest in that kit just because of obvious reasons. It's not really Bandai's best work. We can all agree. But I think doing like a work in progress series on that, like a couple of videos of like how to do some modifications or some just kind of basic steps to improve the look of the Tristan, I think would be interesting and useful. But it's just a matter of time. I don't really think I have the time for that, but I'll see. I'll try. I don't know. And I feel like the sooner I could get to that, the better, because later on it's just kind of like it's not as relevant because the kit's already kind of been out for a long time, and maybe not as much interest. Antonio Martinez asked, do you make other models? That's actually another thing that I would really love to do, is that I do occasionally build other stuff, very occasionally, but like from Kotobukiya or other things like that. You've maybe seen lately, I've done a couple different reviews of like frame arms and the Leonos kit from Plum and things like that. But I've never actually painted anything except for Gunpla. So I would like to get around to actually painting up a frame arms kit. So that is something also that you guys may hopefully see sooner than later. But again, as you've heard, if you've been listening for the past little bit, I do have a lot of things on the plate at the moment and for the foreseeable future. So may also be getting a commission or taking a commission for painting up a perfect grade kit as well. So that's not set in stone yet. So I'm not currently putting that like in my to-do like priority list because it's not, there's no down payment on it yet. But if and when that happens, then that will be another something else that I do need to worry about working on, which will be fine because it's all good. Alex is here. So while Alex is here, hey Alex, and while you're here, I'll make you a moderator here for your new channel. There you go. Alex, you're now set as the moderator there. Thank you, man. How long has this live stream been going? Like this is one of the longer ones. Where can I even see how long it's been going? Anyway, Working. Do you guys know who was that song? I imagine probably no one knows this. I mean, but that song, I think it's just called "Working." Who's that by? Who's that by? Damn, no, I can't remember. I think I have it in my phone. It's on some mixtape. Who's it by? You know what I'm talking about? Working. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. No, I don't have it on my phone. Anyway, I think it's on like a Slim Duncan mixtape or something. That's pretty obscure, so I imagine you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. So, unless someone out there is a big of a Slim Duncan fan as I, but I've never met one, so I don't think it's gonna start now. But you never know. Any other questions you guys have there? Pop those up. I know there was quite a lot of questions there for a few minutes. There's like a load of questions I couldn't get to answering all of them at once, obviously. So if you guys did ask a question before and I didn't see it, go ahead and pop that in there again. I'll try to get to it. Let me see. I thought. Gundam Base Tokyo opening date. I actually don't know that, so I couldn't really tell you. But I think last we've heard, like, official information is just like fall. I don't think there's even been a official opening date set for that because they probably don't know exactly when it's going to be done and ready to be open. So I think they're just kind of playing that relatively close. Someone asked, do you still play video games? No. Unfortunately, I'd like to, but just don't have time and don't want to take time to do that. Nothing against video games, but it's too low on my priorities to want to take time to play games. But I still have like a Xbox and a Wii here and a bunch of games and even a handful of games that I haven't even barely started yet, or even a few games that I haven't even started at all. So would love to, but it's just a matter of time, right? Any chance on interviewing Tone Zone? Yeah, I mean, sorry, I did see that question before, and I was gonna mention about that, but I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I'd have to take a look back at his work again. I'm not gonna say like no, I'm against it, but I haven't considered it at all. So I would have to consider it. But I mean, I'll definitely consider that. I know just based on his work that I've seen, he does some pretty interesting stuff. So I'm guessing it's a he. You're a friend of his or hers, so you can maybe clear up if it's a man or a woman. But I think this hobby is like 99% male, so it's safe to assume he is a he. Do you plan to get all the Zetas in Gundam Evolve? No. I actually wasn't even planning to get the gray Zeta, the one that I do have, but when I was graciously loaned that kit from Alex to review for you guys, I really grew to like it a lot just from building it and reviewing it, and so I did buy that from him. But I won't buy the red Zeta. I'm not interested in it at all. I don't like the look of it, and I generally don't usually like Gundams with handguns as like kind of their main weapon. You just kind of have like this huge like giant killer robot, and then you just give it a couple little tiny pistols. It's like very unintimidating, I think. Testament looks pretty good though. That is one exception. I think the Testament looks pretty good. So it fits the look of that pretty well. I think even the Testament would look pretty cool if you gave it like some like special equipment, some like huge giant cannon. Zaku is Zach favorite kits? No. Okay. See, now some people are getting kind of silly there in the chat. Zach, are you getting the MG Hazel? Of course. No doubt. I talked to Samuel about that because I'm going to be getting it from him. He's worried about getting enough stock for that kit because he knows he's going to be getting a lot of pre-orders for that. So he's going to have a lot, but he's worried if he's going to be able to get enough to meet all the orders he's going to be wanting or getting from people who want the kit. So if you guys do want to pre-order, if you're planning on buying that from Samuel, the Hazel, then get that pre-order in straight away when you can. I don't know if he's opened that up for pre-orders yet, but I don't think so. I don't think that's gone online yet. Do you plan to complete the Zetas in Gundam Evolve? I think I just answered that, right? Do I plan, if you're talking about just the gray Zeta that I have, yes, I am planning on completing that someday. Really should be wearing a mask because this paint is toxic. Like, it's not as bad as spraying, but I can definitely smell it and have been smelling it for like 2 hours. I started at around 11:30, so it's been almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours to panel line about half the kit, and that's just laying the panel line down. Then I actually have to go back and clean it up. So that'll be fun tomorrow. Any thoughts on the Star Burning Gundam? Is that the Star Burning Gundam? Is that the name of that new one that we saw before that didn't have a name previously? I didn't know it was actually officially given a name now. But if that's the name of it, it's a name that kind of matches my feeling of it in that it's a pretty boring and generic looking kit. And I'm actually even probably maybe not even going to review that kit because I'm so disinterested in it. That I kind of don't even feel like I really want to even spend any time building and reviewing that. And that should tell you a lot about my feelings on that kit. It just looks so boring and uninspired. That's just my personal take anyway. What MG do you think is overdue for a 2.0? Overdue for a 2.0, and I think not only just overdue, but I think probably most realistic estimation of what kit may actually get a 2.0. It would be the GP series, like the GP01, 02, 03. I'm not sure which one I would really like to see first, or which one would be first, or even if they only did maybe one of those. I don't know, but I think those are due and could really benefit from a 2.0 because they're very dated master grade kits that don't. I mean, they're not really the best looking, and it would just be nice. Also, the G Gundam series master grade kits, would love to see 2.0s of those. The God Gundam, the Shining Gundam, and the Master Gundam. The other one was the other one, the Germany Gundam. I really don't care about that one at all. So if that one were to get a 2.0, I would not really be very interested. But would be cool to see them do some new G Gundam Master Grade kits now that they have the ability to really make the articulation really amazing in there. That's what the G Gundam kits really need, right? So would you fight one horse-sized duck or 1,000 duck-sized horses? Probably gonna have to say one Happy Meal. Zaku is Zach's favorite kit? Not necessarily. I do really like Zaku's, but I wouldn't say that they're my favorite kits ever. Do you like fan design on Destiny Gundam? That's some pretty interesting English there, but I think what you're asking me is if I like the design of the Destiny Gundam, and my answer would be not really. I like the Destiny Gundam for the most part, minus the backpack. Don't really like that backpack much. The fact that the wings are red, the sword's blue, the cannon's green, it's just, number one, too many colors for me. And just the wings in general. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, wings on a giant robot, that's stupid. I mean, the whole thing's stupid, so you can't really knock it for that. The wings I don't really care about too much in terms of their practicality, but I just don't really like the shape of them, the design of them all that much. So the Destiny is just not a design that would be very high on my list. I don't really care for it all that much. That was actually one of the very first kits, if not the first kit, I don't remember. One of the first or the first kit that I ever gave away on this channel was my real grade Heine Westenfluss Destiny kit. And yeah, was just not really that into that kit. One thing I like about the real grade Destiny is the legs and the feet are really long, and the feet are like really long and pointy. It looks really cool. But the rest of it I was just not really that into. Chances of a perfect grade white base due to the release of the PG Millennium Falcon. Yeah. No. I highly doubt that we're going to be getting any perfect grade ship from Gundam. It's cool they're doing the Millennium Falcon, but I don't think they're going to try something like that for anything from Gundam. It's just not. I mean, like in the world of Star Wars model building, like building model ships is a thing, but in the world of Gundam model building, they exist, but not that many people are building ships from Gundam. Mostly it's just the robots, right? So I don't think they're going to really put that much into that kind of kit. Zach, are you interested to buy Star Wars Bandai kits? I have two of them. I shouldn't say I have because they don't actually belong to me. I actually bought them for my wife, but that was before she was either she was pregnant or that was before she was pregnant anyway with our son. And so she hasn't actually had the time to try building them. I was going to try building those together with her. I got the C3PO and R2D2 kits. So probably I'll just build those myself sometime. And of course review those for you guys, whatever, at the time. But those are the only Bandai Star Wars kits that I have, and the only ones that I have any plans to. I mean, I don't have any plans to buy any of the other ones currently. But if they make something cool that I really can't resist, I may think about it. What was recently released was that mini kit. I think, what are they called? They're like vehicle something, with like the really small scale of just vehicle kits. And the one was released, it was like a Jedi fighter or something like that, and it had that big like ring thing. I don't know the name of it, sorry guys, but it had that big like ring accessory for that. It's really small scale kit, but I really considered getting one of those because it looked really cool. Will you be doing a review of the Kirosa Q? Probably not a review of that, but someday when I get around to painting that kit, I'll do like some work in progress videos and a final review video once it's all painted. But don't have any plans to work on that in the foreseeable future. That's a long way off. It's a long way down the queue. Before I get to any Mechanicore kits, I would really like to finish my Ellen Kshatriya kit first. So that is something I would like to work on, but again, it's just a matter of time prioritizing projects, choosing which projects I know I really want to work on. I do feel pretty good though about the amount of kits that I've been able to get painted and done so far this year. So far, I'm doing better than I did last year. Last year, I felt like I really didn't get as many kits done as I would have liked. So one of my goals this year was to finish more kits, and I feel like already I'm doing that pretty well. Like a few have just been like some really quick, like high grade, high GOG, and the what was it? Burning Gundam, like that. Try Burning Gundam. Those were just like really quick, simple projects. So yeah, any other questions you guys have? I'm kind of really, actually, to be honest, tired of breathing this paint. I'm tired in general, but I do want to try to get as much of this panel lining done as possible before I crash out and call it a night, but I think it's probably best if I stop breathing this paint. Otherwise, I need to throw my mask on, and then if I do that, I can't talk with you guys, so I'm sacrificing my health for you guys. And I don't think it's worth it, seeing as how I'm just kind of blabbering about nothing while pen aligning, not doing or saying anything interesting. But let me know, was it worth it? Do you think we'll ever get an MG Domtropen? I would love an MG Domtropen, but I don't know if we're ever actually going to get one. It would seem not that far out of the realm of possibility. The Master Dom is an old kit, but it's still a really nice kit. Well, I learned that from building it a couple months ago. Really nice, despite its age. So if they made a Dom Tropen today and just using that same Master Grade Dom, I wouldn't be disappointed about that. Some people will probably be like, oh, they're using the original Masquerade Dom kit's so old. But it's really nice. So I'd be fine with it. I'd be very happy with it because, yeah, I like the Dom Chopin a lot more than just the regular Dom as well. So yes, it's worth it. It's worth it. I don't know. You guys are having your own conversations there in the chat, which is good. So enjoy chatting amongst yourselves there. MG Dom is being reprinted as we speak. Yes, I know the MG Dom is being reprinted. That's why I'm talking it up. I secretly work for Bandai, and I'm just telling you guys, like, yes, the Dom is such a great kid. You guys really need to go buy it and check it out because it's getting reprinted, and you can actually go buy it right now. Bandai.com. Use the coupon code ZakuAurelius to save you 90%. Can do like a real PewDiePie thing and just tell you guys like this video to be entered in a chance to win the Amazon gift card. How do you think about the Iron-Blooded Orphans ending? This is a question that I'm sure I maybe have talked about, but I haven't actually seen the Iron-Blooded Orphans ending. I think I watched up through episode 46 or 47. I haven't seen the last 3 or 4 episodes, and I'm not really like chomping at the bit to finish the series. I know what happens just because everyone has talked about it all over Facebook. Everyone dies, and Mikazuki has a kid or something with Atra. I don't know. Who cares? I was not really all that emotionally invested in the series, to be honest. I thought the writing just was all over the place. It felt like every episode was written by a different person. That being said, I was also one of the people who liked the fact that they didn't just have every episode had to have a battle scene, because a lot of Gundam series, it's like every episode has to have some kind of battle scene, and sometimes they feel really forced, sometimes they feel natural. But I liked that Gundam Iron-Blood Orphans would have episodes where not that much happened, because that's good that they just took the time to just develop the story and characters, rather than just trying to throw in some battle scene just for the fact to have a battle scene. But then on the other hand, they would develop characters and then like nothing would happen, or just the character would just disappear, or like the character didn't really end up ever being really important, or the character dies or something, and then it's like they have to do something. It's like, why did they do that? What was the whole arc in season 2? The whole arc of the fighting on Earth with like the landman roadies and the gay rail and all that stuff, like if you took that out, that whole however many episodes that was of that series, you would never notice that part being gone. It's like you would not notice like a chunk of the story missing if you just took out that whole arc of the fighting on the ground. So that's what I mean when I just think that the writing was just not very good. I felt like they were writing it as they went rather than having a really fleshed out full story from the start. Or at least maybe they had a full story for the first season and then just kind of had very little time to prepare for the second season because they were like not expecting to have a second season. And then Sunrise told them, all right, you get it, it did really well, you get a second season. What's your story for it? I'm like, oh shit, well. That's my thoughts on that. I don't know. So I will eventually watch the end of Iron Blood Orphans, I'm sure, but just don't really care, to be honest. I don't hate the series. I don't even dislike the series. I liked it. But yeah, the fact that it hasn't been a priority. Also, just to be fair, this has nothing to do with Iron Blood Orphans, but just to do with me is that it's just hard for me to watch anime that's in Japanese where I have to read subtitles because I'm usually always multitasking and doing something and just being busy with something that I just generally don't have time or just don't want to take the time where I have to actually sit down and just only look at the screen and read subtitles, which is a shame because that also keeps me from watching a lot of like really good movies and like foreign films and things like that that I know I would really love to watch, but just don't take the time because it takes focus and I'm not able to multitask. I think I might make this the last piece that I'm going to work on here for tonight. Just panel lining up the shield here. I might call it a night after this. Where is the PG unicorn? There's one over there. There's one over there. There's one here. There's one there. There's two Norns there. So which one are you talking about? Because I got a few of them here. The unicorn I get asked about most often would be the Dragon Momoko one. Because people are really anxious to know what that's like. I said in the video when I unboxed that kit that I would not be reviewing that kit right away, and I would not be building that kit right away. But yet, I think a lot of people missed that part, and I still get asked a lot, "Hey, when have you built that kit yet?" Or "When are you going to build that kit?" It's like if you follow me on YouTube and you see the videos that I'm putting out, I think you could probably tell that I stay pretty busy. So if you think that I had somewhere in there amongst the mix of everything else that I had time to build a perfect grade unicorn, then that's a pretty active imagination you've got there. What's your favorite type of top coat? I'm actually really liking the top coat that I've used for the past few kits, which is just, well, just for like a gloss coat / protective layer, I'm just using Pledge Future. But for like the final top coat, I've been using Mr. Color. It's just a lacquer flat clear. And I really like the finish of that. It's like kind of like a really soft matte finish. And I really like the look of it a lot. The downside is that it does kind of dull colors. So if you want to have like really bright, shiny colors, they're not going to be like that bright if you use that top coat. That's the downside, but I do really like the finish of that. So something like this, I think it's going to look really nice. So if you just look at like my past few finished kits, then you'll see that. I think I didn't use that on the Ifrit, but everything after that, I think has used that. Tan asked, what MG kit should I start with? I would recommend you to watch my video number 350, which is all about how to choose the right Gunpla for you, which it's named as something along those lines. So video 350, check that video out. That'll tell you what master grade kit you should buy. Yep. The whole reason I made that video was to be able to answer that question quickly. So that's what I'm glad it does. Thoughts on the double Zeta Verka? I'm really looking forward to that kit, actually. I'm not really that big of a fan of the double Zeta design generally, but I do think that kit is looking really nice. I kind of wish that they would have just ignored the transformation and just not had it transform. I would have been perfectly fine with that. I think the people who would have been pissed about that would have been far less than the people who don't care. I think most people probably don't really care too much about that transformation. And the only thing that's going to do is just drive up the price and drive up the complexity of the kit, which is not always a good thing, as we saw with the Victory 2. But as long as the kit's able to stand up and do some poses, then I'll be happy with it. So that's yet to be seen, but the look of it in general, so what we've seen of it so far, looks really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually looking, like in terms of new releases, I'm looking forward to the Double Zeta Verka probably more than the Real Grade Unicorn, which was something that was asked about earlier. So. Yeah. What else? Zach, are you planning on doing more snail mail contests? Yeah, no, I'm not planning on that, but it is something that I've thought of. I do every now and then think about that. But I don't know, possibly. The problem with doing a snail mail contest, I really like that just because it's really exciting and fun to like get actual physical mail from you guys. And that was really cool contest before. I would like to do something like that again. But I don't know. I'll think about that. Do you guys want to do another snail mail contest? That was a long while back. So, of a lot of you guys who are watching, you may not have been watching this channel long enough to remember that. It's been at least a year, I guess, more than a year ago. This is probably one of my favorite modifications to this kit on the shield. Just these little guys here, just on the top, just because I really like how those parts looked and came together looking really nice. Yeah, I like that. Just kind of a little something there, some kind of mechanical thing. I don't really know exactly in real life what that is actually supposed to be exactly, but it looks natural, like it's supposed to be there. So I like that. All right. Sorry. John, he definitely did. He painted the pieces individually, and then put them together normally. Okay, don't know what you guys are talking about exactly, but if you're talking about the parts of this kit, yeah. Painted everything separately, and now at the moment I just have some of the parts are just put together, and it's not even fully snapped together. just because for the weathering and things like that, it's going to be easier to do some chipping like on the edges of parts if the parts aren't fully snapped together yet. A little bit of chipping on there, I can be a little bit more precise with that. And then just later, once that's done, just press the part together fully. Yeah, I've got some sections of this kit I did already go ahead and just snap them together. Like the arm, for example, it's like the full arm is here, minus the top shoulder connection part. Just because I'm not gonna lose anything by doing that. And my plan for this kit, or I'm building this kit with the idea that it's going to be in one pose forever. It's never going to be moved, or like pose never going to be changed or anything. So like, hang on, I'll demonstrate what I'm talking about here just a second. Okay. So like, for example, I know that this arm is going to be like in this position. Now I can paint it all everything like this. I don't really need to worry about like bending it to make sure I get into like that parts behind the joint, because that's never going to show in a position that I know that it's going to be in. So like other times I wouldn't put this much of the arm together to paint it, because I would want to paint the joint parts separately. I mean, I did painted the joint parts separately, but I mean, any other further steps, I would still want to keep it separate until the very end and then put everything together like at the very end. But in this case, I could put together some of the parts beforehand. Like here we have just like the torso as well. So like have the parts, the green parts in here around the black center part as well, because don't need to take that apart anymore after that. So I'm gonna call it a night, for at least just for the reason that this stuff is getting too hard to breathe. So thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a long chat, 2 hours, and generally around between 70 and 100 of you guys watching. So I know you may just be maybe missing me after now it's been about a week and a half of like very little, aside from just a couple things, no content on my channel. But yeah, sometime probably in about 2 or 3 days from now is when I should be able to get back to just a regular upload schedule. Probably sometime, if not tomorrow or the next day, I'll just do another quick like frequently asked question video. There's another just really simple frequently asked question video that I want to do for you guys. So that's probably another one that I'll just do a kind of like recording on my phone and upload that just for you guys. Then like getting back to just like regular videos and things like that will probably be yeah, 2 or 3 days from now. So you can look forward to that soon. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. If you do have still more questions, comments, of course, always just leave that in the regular comment section down below. Not the live chat, but now just go to the regular comment section, put that down there. Or, you know, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. See you guys around. And Alex, again, thanks for, yeah, the MacBook camera is much clearer, I think. Yeah, it's nice. I haven't had my fisheye lens on there. If I take that off, hey, now I'm suddenly not fisheye. Yeah, so yeah, thanks to Alex for just moderating the chat there. For I think he came in around the halfway through the video there. But yeah, this is not a new MacBook. This is a 2014. So the one I was using before was a 2011. This one's a 2014. So I think it's just one generation old. Robert Stram wants to know where in Illinois I'm from. I'm from the Quad Cities, in Illinois side of the Quad Cities. Anyway, one thing I'm noticing with the video is if there's like sometimes a little bit of a blur with the video. Anyway, all right, that's it, guys. See you later. Bye bye.